Hello, I'm Darryl Trebner. I work for the Department of Community Services for the town of Perth as a pool manager. I would like to thank Ms. Carew and class for taking an interest in my career, and I would like to talk to you a bit about some of the details of my job and what it is that I do. As you can see, we're here at the Perth and District Indoor Pool. This is the facility that I work at. And as much as possible, we try to keep this facility safe, clean, and accessible. So when we say safe, we mean meeting all of the provincial and the federal regulations and standards that go into operating a public swimming pool. And when I say regulations and standards, I basically mean the law, and we have to follow the law when we're operating the swimming pool. So that takes up a lot of my time, making sure that we're meeting everything from how things are cleaned to the water chemistry. It should be a certain way. You know, there's a reason why we have these rules and regulations in place to make sure that we have a safe facility. We also strive to have a clean pool. So that involves daily and weekly cleaning tasks and monthly. And trying to manage the lists and making sure that those are getting completed as well. And when I say accessible, I'm talking about reducing barriers to access. So making sure that we have the right equipment for the right people, and not everyone can get to the pool at any time. There's at least someone who can't get to the pool, whether or not it's due to a disability or perhaps an injury that they have. So as much as possible, we want people to access our facility so they can benefit from exercise and the benefits of swimming and water therapy. And if we can make sure that our facility is at least safe, clean, and accessible, then that would hopefully mean that people can also have fun at our facility. We do try, that is the ultimate goal, making sure that everyone has fun here as well. So there's a few areas of the facility that I can kind of categorize in terms of what tasks are being done where. It's not just a desk job, what I have. It's very much, there's quite a few different areas. So for example, up on the pool deck, right here where we are, and in the pool, we're talking about creating and running programs. So from everything from swimming lessons to teen swim programs, public and lane swims, as well as water aerobics and aquafit. Most of these programs are already created, but in terms of improving them, you know, making sure that we have the right mix of staff that are offering them, and also just trying to maximize the usage of our pool and making sure that all those swims and all those courses are full. That is something that we can try to do. Also, I have a few certificates that allows me to train lifeguards and swim instructors. So that is something we're always keeping in mind, especially in a small community, that we kind of need to know who our next up and coming staff might be, and as well as swim instructors. There's a lot of families with young children in Perth and in the Perth area. So just trying to have qualified staff, making sure there's enough staff with swim instructor certificates can be a challenge, but that's something that we try to keep up regularly, is offering those advanced aquatics courses. And by the way, you only need to, the minimum age to be a lifeguard and swim instructor is 15. Also, every now and then I will get called up onto the pool deck to do some backup lifeguarding or teaching swimming lessons. I still have those certificates, although it's rare for me to be needed up on the pool deck. Down at the front desk is a huge part of our operations as well. So assisting the staff at the front desk, we have an administrative assistant who works for us full time, and they are at the front desk. And also just being able to assist. There's everything from phone calls to membership renewals to questions that come through emails, parts ordering, ordering cleaning supplies, and taking payments. There's all kinds of activity that happens at the front desk, and the more we can support the staff there, the better off we can make their jobs, and in turn the better experience for our patrons as well. Also in the office, the other area is in an actual office here at the pool, is scheduling staff, both full and part-time. We have approximately 16 staff that work here, assisting patrons with their questions, memberships, reservations. You know, we have to have reservable swims now, and communicating with the administrative assistant on, you know, just some of the other paperwork and payroll, you know, managing some email lists and staying in touch with their members as well as communicating. And so within those three areas, I could also argue that there's a basement in the pool. Like, there is a basement, and there's a number of mechanical components down there, like pumps and heaters, so plumbing as well. So it does help to have a bit of a knowledge or background in some of the maintenance side of a facility. Some of the day-to-day activities and a regular schedule. My normal work day is about 7:30 to 4:30, typically Monday to Friday, although sometimes I can work on weekends depending on what we have. Like, for instance, if we have a bronze medallion or lifeguarding course, those pretty much happen always on weekends, so I can guarantee that I'll be working then. But pretty much start the day with answering emails and phone calls, questions. You know, there's a lot of patrons that contact the pool for reasons. You know, they need assistance with their membership, or they're trying to book a swim time. So it's that actually does take up a lot of time at the front desk, assisting with that. Also, daily and weekly cleaning tasks, you know, depending on which day of the week. If it's a Monday, we have to do this task, you know. And also ordering cleaning supplies as well, just throughout the day. Talking with patrons as well, that come to the front desk, assisting them with all their recreation needs at the facility. Now, in terms of a pathway to this career and some other pathways that could get you there, there are many pathways to end up working in aquatics or recreation. You know, I do have a strong background in aquatics. I pretty much grew up at the YMCA with my younger siblings. We were always spending time there after school, doing swimming lessons, participating in the free swims, you know, being in the bronze medallion courses when I'm younger, for instance. And so that gave me a strong interest in aquatics, although when I was younger, I never completed my certificates to become a lifeguard. It wasn't until later on. Most people that do work in aquatics have already been working there at a pool for a while, and so they have a really good idea what it is, what components are involved. So, for example, you know, we have a very active swim club here, the Stingrays, and some of them end up working at the pool because of their familiarity with the facility. Also, when I went to school, when I went to college, I studied travel and tourism at Fanshawe in London. And it was with my travel and tourism diploma that I was able to find work in Western Canada. So I moved to BC and the Yukon to work at a ski resort and also a national park. While I was out west, I was moving around quite a bit. I decided to get more than just a college diploma, and I signed myself up for the Outdoor Recreation and Tourism Management program at the University of Northern British Columbia in Prince George, and that would allow me to get a Bachelor of Arts degree in management within 4 years. And so I took that course, and no regrets. I had a lot of fun doing that course. While I was in university, I still kept busy working part-time at places like Blockbuster and Costco, which taught me how to work with the public a lot more. While I was at West, I also worked for Tourism Prince George and Northern BC Tourism in the summers, which was related to what I was studying. So it was good that I was able to keep working within that field, within recreation. I was immensely proud of myself for having passed the aquatic certificate, because most participants were better swimmers and were swimming much faster. When I went in and did my aquatic certificate, I was about 23 or 24, and so I was a bit older than a lot of these participants, but I was so happy that I had passed and become a lifeguard just then. So some of the highlights of my job, there are a lot, including helping staff to achieve better and to pass certificates. That's something I really like, and just knowing that they, being able to work with younger staff and hearing stories of them moving on and getting different careers, or even end up still working in aquatics, that's always nice to hear as well. Also, knowing a lot of the patrons' names that come into our facility and being able to work in a small community is a huge plus. I do try to remember a lot of the patrons' names that come in, which they appreciate. Also, working every day at a facility, at a community facility where people enjoy coming. People generally want to come to the pool, and they're very happy coming to the pool and also leaving the pool. So I feel very fortunate that this is a community facility that people really want to come to recreate. And also a few other things, like being able to be in an interview on the other side of the table is really interesting as well. So it's nice to have gone through all those those events, the interview, and just knowing what some of the emotions that they might be going through, and now being able to sit on the other side of the table and being able to help them with that experience as well. That's really nice. Some struggles and difficulties, there are some. So things that are hard, creating and designing programming that is successful is always a challenge. We strive very much to make sure that our programming is successful, and we're always trying to come up with new and creative ways to keep bringing people to the pool. Also, upset parents. Every now and then you'll have a child that doesn't pass swimming lessons, or something happens during the swimming lesson where the parent is very upset. So that can be challenging, dealing with upset parents, but it's important to know that people just need to be listened to, that everyone wants to be heard, and that there is a clear path forward. I don't have to pick sides in my job. What I do is I gather the facts, and then it's very much a tactful way of dealing with the issue. Also, some skills that would make you good at this job. Definitely people skills, or working with the public. You should like talking to people, or you should at least pretend that you enjoy talking to people. I didn't always enjoy talking to people, especially when I was younger and working at some of my retail jobs, but those jobs really taught me to appreciate the people that do want to stop and talk. And also, communication and organization are extremely important skills that you must have in order to be successful as a pool manager. So that's just a little bit about what I do as a pool manager. I know that was a long time, it's 14 minutes. But absolutely, if anyone wanted to have any further questions, feel free to send me an email. It's really simple. It's pool@perth.ca. And I would be happy to answer any questions if anybody has any. So thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope you have a great day.